Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. I'm joined once again by Maryland.
Hi, guys.
And yeah, we're back with the tournament finals. It's turn 41.
So I'm expecting this to be exciting.
Right. Last episode was raiding from here to Kingdom Come, but not a lot of high commitment fights.
Exactly. Lots of raiding, lots of counter raiding.
So Maryland and I have our fingers crossed that there's going to be some fireworks this turn finally.
We're hoping.
All right, so we'll start with the message from Alm.
We got a lot of messages this turn. That's good.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so a message from Alm. This is from Kirby, who's a lot of these nations are being played by like two players at once.
Right. Kirby's the backup.
Right. A fat stack of Diplo happened recently, but first, the Merc Ferris having Earth 3 and Shambler skin. Not me. We got him. Like we would have outbid Satis for him, thinking. Not exactly sure what he means.
That? I don't know what he means there. Did he get him? Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he means. Anyway, Ulm entered a coalition war against Pangaea. The turn this happened, Vanheim decided... Vanheim made his cockblock move to passive-aggressively take literally all of the land between us and Pan. But this is not like... Okay, first of all, this is true. Second of all, it's kind of obvious that they're fighting through the exact same front. Like, they can't really both eat that much. So...
No.
And Ulm is busy, so if Vanheim's going to do a big play against Pangaea, that's kind of inevitable.
Well, if I was Van, I would say I should already know that Ulm is super busy.
Yeah.
He's got 2 massive sieges. He's still got 2 capitals to take out. So I don't have time to wait for him to get around to moving his armies.
Right.
And they're slow. They're slow armies.
Okay, so, we made it known quite vocally to the other coalition members this was not acceptable, and through further offline talks with Van, have agreed to raid into some lands he had taken from Pan. A few reasons for this. 1, so we get more land. 2, because Pan has hinted at trying to destroy our expeditionary force. We suspect that he will move onto his throne, so we won't do that instead. Furthermore, so the coalition's already off to a bit of a rocky start.
Okay.
When you're talking with the people that you're like coalitioned with after like the second turn of a coalition, and you're talking about how you might organize a bump into them, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Ulm and Van came to an agreement that he could cloud trapeze around the throne so he could block seductions.
Okay.
It's weird that Ulm and Van, like it's like referring to it's be like, so Lucid and Maryland are
talking to him in the third person.
Yeah.
But okay. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
He and I came to an agreement would be the other way to write that.
Right. That he could cloud trapeze around the throne so he could block seductions. Okay.
Especially when he just talked about passive aggressively doing stuff, and he's doing kind of a anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pan is being quite obtuse about the whole thing. He has insisted that while he will make moves to damage us in an effort to convince us... that he will make moves to damage us in an effort to convince us to white peace out with initial borders. So to peace out with initial borders. This is not a convincing argument, but seems to follow the general trend of this game of some players deciding to rage quit, attack one person, and letting another take everything. Nothing good ever happens for Ulm. Well, that's only happened once. I don't think that's been the general trend.
Wait, have we had any rage quits? I mean, everybody's...
You could argue Uruk kind of rage quit.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah. Although, that's an odd kind of description, though. I mean, trying to damage one opponent when you know you can't damage the other isn't exactly a rage quit.
Yeah. It's not exactly a rage quit, but
my definition of rage quit is you just go AI and leave everybody else to clean up the mess.
Okay, that definitely hasn't happened. We're not going to
that happened to me in my tournament game.
Yeah.
The guy just went AI, and I I looked at it and I called the admin and I said, "Oh, hang on, let's see if we can get a sub here."
Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. He's okay. Do we need to look at a message from? Let's read the Vanheim message too, and then we'll cover this front because it's kind of the same front.
Yeah, I think so.
The war is going well, and the coalition is holding so far. Pan tried to pressure Ulm to leave the coalition, and Ulm was a bit unhappy about me blocking his access by raiding. After I told him I could take the farm in the after I told him he could take the farm in the forest on our new border, he was satisfied and agreed that I could cloud trapeze to attack the 2 provinces that Pan took from him. If I'm successful, this should prevent seductions on the throne, as the Dryads need a province they can move the victim to. I don't think that Pan can prevent me from taking the throne, but you never know for sure against a good player, and Sai is one of the best in the game, I think. I would agree with that.
I would also agree with that, and I think that, what we're getting from Vanheim on this diplomatic discussion is a little bit more accurate, or perhaps more pragmatic.
Yeah.
In that his description of this diplomatic discussion is more pragmatic. Let's work together to minimize the damage we're going to take. And I'm perfectly willing to let you have some provinces. I had to jump them, to put some constraints.
Yeah.
This is very solid.
This is very solid. Kind of like posturing around, like walking around with his chest all blown up. And he doesn't have armies over here, really. I mean, not much. Not compared to what Vanheim's committing.
No. So
this anyway.
Is very fair, from my perspective, a very fair compromise for Vanheim.
Right. But that's good. So they've worked through a diplomatic issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to become quite annoyed that my pretender has not shown up yet. He's really super late. I think at the latest possible is turn 42. But at least I got a nice luck event that gave me Shadow Seer. Oh man, I love those.
Shadow Seer, nice.
These are, the stealthy, ethereal astral 3s. Super good. Okay.
Very nice.
So let's take a look. First, we'll look at this throne battle. And there's a white Minotaur who got trapped in, and he can't sneak him out. But otherwise, there's nothing.
No, just Maenads.
Yeah. So this is what happens when Maenads go against real troops.
They die. Thunderstrikes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a wipe. What are we at?
Oh, he lost 5 guys. I think this was friendly fire. Yeah, that was Thunderstrike friendly fire.
Good grief.
You can see there's no kills down here on the Pangaean side.
Yeah. It just shows that Maenads, while they can stuff a fort, don't do much.
Right. They kind of do diddly when it comes to things outside of just being limp bodies. And, okay, we had some cloud trapezes. Let's see what these hit, because there were Pangaean... Oh, my gosh.
Ooh. So
they didn't stealth move. Now, this makes sense because Pangaea is probably not expecting magic phase attacks from Ulm, right? Because Ulm's not really a magic phase nation, and this party was raiding Ulm. What he probably didn't count on was these guys coming in. Okay.
Oh, that's the heavy guy.
Right.
We saw that guy before last turn. That's the thug killer.
Right.
And the other one is the cheapo.
Right. I think he actually has 2. I think he had a maybe, no, I think you're right. I for some reason I remember the heroic toughness guy having like 40 something HP, but
I don't know, but I remember this guy's gear. So unless he's got with him, he's got
right.
1 or 2 of the seriously kitted out for chopping up counter thug chopping.
My guess here is that they sniped the commander. That is one of the problems when you do raids like this with Pangaea, is almost always this is nothing like Sai's done wrong. It's just, it always looks like this when you do a white centaur raiding party and you have the commander sitting here in the back.
I see a gift of flight up already.
Yeah.
And that's a gift of flight, so that's the 2 square one.
Right. Yoink. And so now they're running.
And boom. Yeah. And they're dead.
Yeah.
That's round over. And
now, how they would have done against the centaur if they had just done attack closest, I'm not totally sure. But most of these quote unquote escape, but there's nowhere to run to, so they're dead.
There's nowhere to run, so they're dead. Yep. Yeah. Good point.
And there's another magic phase attack up here, and this squad is pretty similar. A very killy. So this would be like to kill a thug, because he's got 25 attack here, extra strength. And then this guy's got 2 weapons, regen and barkskin. He's going to be very hard to kill. Let's see what he's got. What's his trait? Endurance? Okay. On Pangaea's side, ooh, same thing. Heroic battle prowess. Now this one has earth power, so this one potentially can do iron skin. The problem is that one of those guys has a great short sharpness. Oh, yeah, he hasn't skipped at iron skin yet. Oh
no, he ran forward. Oh.
Yeah, you got to put iron skin on those guys. And that may have let him live long enough for the centaurs to fight, but I'm not sure. Because you remember we talked about it. These guys, even once they're berserk, are going to have a real hard time hitting elves. And
yeah, we kind of did the numbers.
Yeah.
7 or 8 turns ago.
The interesting thing to me is, how is Vanheim... Oh, we've already watched this. How is Vanheim going to manage the...
Well, this one's interesting because this was the other one of the provinces he wanted to lock down to avoid dryads, and that he didn't get it.
Well, the thing is he got those other 2 in the magic phase, and the seduction phase happens between the magic and the normal phase. So the fact that Pangaea liberated this land in the normal phase is not going to help with the seduction.
With seduction. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Okay, and here we get to see the astounding value that Menaids provide when raiding.
And he caught a dryad.
This is caught. He's using these Menaids as raiders here. So they routed the front line.
Right.
And that's it.
That was it.
But we can also see how bad the undisciplined trait is, because it's made, he casts wooden warriors. He could have hit a lot of them, but he only hits like 3 tiles or something really bad. Yeah, look at that. It's like 9 guys got it.
Yeah. And then they're out of range.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he whiffed with the other one.
Yeah, I mean, none of these guys hardly have it. He probably got like 30% coverage.
So I don't remember the leadership on dryads, but how much is it?
40.
See, I think 2 squads would have been a little stronger than 1 squad here.
Yeah.
It looked to me like he only stayed in 1 squad. He could have had 2 squads, staggered a little bit, moved the dryad up a little front. Maybe.
I wonder if that works. I used to think that would work, but I think, and this could just be my superstition, but I think you can't, no matter how you stagger them, you can't get undisciplined squads to densely fill. And I could be wrong.
No, you can't. But what you do get is a little bit of a stagger in when they hit.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes that's useful.
Okay.
I have used that with Blackhawks, where I've split them into multiple squads. And so some hit quicker, some will hit another place. And moving them around where they target, if they're undisciplined, they're gonna go for the nearest thing. So there's some use to staggering them, breaking them up into a little bit smaller squads. The 1 squad size you want to avoid is 5 or less.
Yeah.
You want to avoid that. But anything 10 or more, breaking them up into squads does help with flankers. There's various things that helps with.
Yeah. So far, it is just a terrible turn for Pan. He's already lost 20 white centaur.
Yeah, that hurt.
He's lost this Menaids raiding squad. This Menaids raiding squad was success. Oh no, that's not Menaids. These guys retreated from this other fight. He took this with white centaur.
Right.
Ulm runs up here, and Pangaea is not attacking, but we do see some evidence. Well, no, there's a mastersmith here. I was going to say we see some evidence of troops being left behind from a seduction, but this is evidence too of that, because he's got some dryads attacking, This is with an assassin
Oh,
kit
whoa.
and a
That
thug.
is a seriously kitted out dryad.
Yeah. Ooh, foul vapors. So this was interesting. Why would he think there would be a whole arm? Okay, I know what happened.
But we're not seeing any signs of. I don't see any. Oh, hang on.
No, let me tell you
black-
what happened. So
Yeah,
this
go for
whole
it.
army, which moved up here, and I think this was a Vanheim farm, which Vanheim didn't leave any PD in, so we don't see a battle. But this whole army, which moved north, this used to be here, and he had probably a lot of dryads here, and he was expecting, I'm going to kill the commanders, and then we'll foul vapors the army that's left behind.
Right.
And he has killed at least one commander, because we can see some guardians got left.
A few. Yeah.
But the majority of them moved on. So it could have been he got unlucky with the assassinations, or it could be, he just didn't have enough dryads. But
We should have a brief discussion of defense against seduction or defense against assassination. I mean, one of the cheapest solutions to assassination and seduction is you buy a huge pile of scouts
yeah,
and you just stuff the army with scouts and make sure they're not stealth.
right.
Doesn't do you any good if your scouts are running around in stealth. You just buy the cheapest independent commanders you can, and that dilutes the seduction. And
Right.
they might just end up seducing a scout.
Yeah, it's that's in vanilla. That's kind of the only way, in my opinion, to deal with it well. Which is kind of crappy that's what players have to do.
Well,
and
I'm not a fan of the decision in Dominions 5 to remove scripting from the defender in an assassination. I don't think that worked out the way they intended.
With my mod on, though, if you give commander mages a gem, they will often be very intelligent in an assassin battle, and it can be very. And that we're playing with this mod on, so
That's right. That's
it
right.
can be a very hard, like almost mages with an earth gem, or like 2 earth gems, so they can do a big earth elemental. That can do all sorts of horrible things to dryads doing swarm spam.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but yeah, you're right. The scouts is another option. The other
it's
thing you
very
can do is
cheap.
you can kit up a commander to be. You can give a commander you want to survive an assassination. You can give him assassin gear. Like
Assuming that one of your commanders is that important. Yes.
right, because you can't do that on everybody.
No. And a water ball is the obvious one.
Right.
Acorns work.
Acorns are great.
not bad. Water bottle, acorns, any of those in battle summons.
Yeah. So here we have Vanheim probing with the scout. We have another Van
It's just
Jarl
that-
raiding up here.
It's just that in the question section on both your server and other servers, how do I deal with assassins and seducers? And a lot of people don't comment that the cheapest solution, the simplest and easiest solution, is buy lots and lots of scouts.
Yeah.
It's not the perfect solution, but
it's not the
works.
perfect. Yeah. I tend to do it sometimes. I don't know. If I have other ways I can deal with it, I tend to prefer those. But a lot of times, or even just having like 5 scouts in an army will sometimes dilute it enough that you can get done what you need to get done before the assassins murder your whole thing. So,
or be sure you bring extra commanders and you don't put all your troops on the same commander.
right.
Various things.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can make it so that your commander leading all your troops is assassin immune. So you give them all the gear. And your mages, you just have redundancy. You bring enough mages where
Right.
5 or 6
Right.
die from assassins, you don't really care.
Right.
Um,
Well, and I think, assassin defense or assassin attacks is a bit of a nutrition war. It doesn't do stack wipes. It can support stack wipes
right.
by weakening how many of his troops move where you expect him to move. But it doesn't by itself tend to win big fights.
Yep. So okay, so let's take a look. So what we have over here, we have Pelagia attacking one province of Pangaea. Which was this? Yeah, we have Vanheim continuing to raid with elves. I'm a little surprised we don't see Sai trying to block any of these. Because so far we haven't seen Sai set up any basically reception parties for the elves. Like, you know, the elves are going to fight you. You know this is going to happen. This is not, you know, oh my god, there's elves jumping out of my rice bowl and attacking every single province. Like, that's not a surprise to a veteran player when elves in there nap with you. Or, you know, you have indication they're going to attack you. So I wonder what he's thinking exactly. Because he's got a plan. I know Sai's thinking things. I just don't know what they are.
Has he talked to you?
No, but we'll find out. Okay. So I think that covers most of this. We don't have a message from Pelagia. So Pelagia attacks here.
The Vanheim and Pelagia and Ulmish. But we should go back to, we were on Ulm, so maybe I would say before we move on, we should look at Ulm's southern front.
You're absolutely right.
His southern front. Oh, look at that.
Bandar Log riding out. Okay. All right, popcorn out, boys. Deploy the popcorn. So we've got the Chad Prophet, who has an amulet of anti-magic. We've got the Yaksha Thug, which we saw last turn, with the same kit we saw last turn. So... amulet of arrow protection so that he doesn't die from Iron Blizzard as easily. Vine shield. We've got the Peanut Gallery, which has this guy with 2 gems. So this is probably for 2 casts of regeneration, and a Thistle Mace so he can do it. This guy with 1 gem from Magic Duel. That's my guess. And the god without hardly any gear, but he has a lion pelt, which is like the minimum he needs. And he has some air gems. Okay. Air 4. What do you think he's going to do? You think it's air elementals, or what do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
My answer is yes. But he's doing what he can with bare bones, minimal whatever.
Right.
See, that Death 5 could have been awesome, except that I don't think he has the research.
Right. And then he's got this Earth... This is a weird thing, though. He's got an Earth 5 Yaksha with nature gems. But, like, why do you put nature gems on the guy with Earth 5? Well,
it may be that guy had nothing left for Earth gems.
Yeah. I guess he's all in, because I was like, you could take the boots off. Like, if you're going to do nature stuff, you don't need the boots. But he's all in. If he loses this...
Well, what are you going to do with the boots? Give them to somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well use them.
Oh, wait, we need to watch some of this. So
yeah, see, Donner, I think that's Donner.
Oh, dude. He's got Alt 5. So this guy has been dropping Iron Warriors. Iron Warriors.
Right.
This guy casts Mist. Dude. Okay. That's pretty smart. I wouldn't have thought of that. Mm-hmm. Make it so there's Iron Blizzard's Miss. Yeah. We've got some Swarm coming out.
Okay, so some meat to soak up some damage.
Oh, I hear... Oh,
and enlarge.
Enlarge.
I saw enlarge.
I just heard it get to heaven, though. That's a little scary when you've got your guys... Oh, here's another one. Oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody's dropping meteors.
Yeah. No, it's
right.
Almas.
Oh, shit.
But there's Mist up, and I think these guys have luck on them. Or, no, they have Twist Fate so far. Do they have luck? Some of them have luck. Okay, not the important ones. Luck is pretty good versus meteors. More luck.
Okay, so he's got a profit.
So these guys are not lucked, but these guys are not lucked
Phantasmal. Either. That's what he used the air gems for, Phantasmals.
Oh, okay. And this guy's running in now.
So who the heck's Bandar again?
This is Kashtronomical.
Okay. You know, this is a pretty good play for a last-ditch play. I mean, they're still alive.
Yeah, there was a lot of thought that went into this.
There's a bunch of earth melds
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's the earth melts coming out from his dude back here.
Big guy, the big earth guy. Nice. And some destruction.
Ooh, drain life.
Oh.
And let's see what these guys... They don't have luck on them, but they still have cheat fate after all of that.
Right.
These guys have luck, and this guy's still no luck. But he's doing smite. Okay, Iron Blizzard coming in, but this guy has arrow fend. He has a shield to block some of the projectiles.
Yeah. This is not bad.
Now that
Not
hurts, but I think he did get... Yeah, he can't take too many of these Iron Blizzards to the face, though.
No.
Okay, he dodged all those.
Oh, I'm trying to click on it, but you're running the game.
Oh, he's routed.
There you go. Oh, no.
The Iron Blizzard caster's routed.
Oh.
I think we know how this goes now. Without Iron Blizzard, they have... Oh, there's... No, one guy here still casting it. Oh, he's a prophet. Try not to die this time, the prophet. Excellent name. So there's one more Iron Blizzard caster who all the Olmish hopes... Oh, there we go.
Well, those magma bolts are no joke either.
Yeah.
If you go back to the left side, anything left of the backup magi for Bandar? Oh, they're all still there.
Nothing got touched.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the exact right amount of distraction chaff.
Yeah, the Phantasmal Warriors were a good call.
Yeah, I've never seen them used effectively like that, but...
Chop, chop, chop.
Yeah, we got the poison cloud from the snake bladder stick.
Oh, wow. And that's the end of Ulm.
Well, this army of Ulm, but yeah. Dang. Loses a Marcata and a few crossbowmen. And
oh my gosh.
that is the Butcher's Ledger on Ulm side. Loses 5 smiths, loses one of his priests.
And that puts a little bit paid. Oh, he lost 5 master smiths.
There's a detail I have to attend to. Let's see. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's an impressive bit of work by Bandar.
Of the guys who died, oh, yep. Try not to die this time, the prophet.
He died.
He died.
Oh, man.
That's a jinx if I've ever seen one.
Oh, man. See, and then that kind of puts paid to some of what Ulm said in his comment to us. He's not in a very good position to be aggressively doing Diplo.
Yeah.
He's been sitting on Bandar's capital now for 20 turns. I mean, this is a long time.
A long time. I don't know if it's fully 20, but yeah.
It's something like that. This is turn 41.
Yeah.
I think we've been watching this attempt to
probably 15.
Kill Bandar.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is a big old kick in the crotch. I mean, this is like Ulm standing there with like legs spread, just waiting for the kick in the crotch.
I don't know if you can hear the claps, but I have to clap. I have to clap for the Bandar player. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Well done.
This the other thing with sitting on top of somebody's cap like this is they get to see exactly what you have. So if the person you're playing is a sweaty tryhard, then they're gonna script your army how you have it scripted and figure out if there's a way to kill it. That looks like
many years ago, I was playing Machaca, and I got a early gank of 6 versus 1. And I had the most hilarious time watching them fight over top of my capital. They would alternately, siege it, and they'd have to kill each other in order to who got my capital. I sat inside and popped out once in a while, and it's pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Ulm just beat the crap out of Vanarus.
Yeah, so let's take a look at that, see what we've got going on. We've got a battle inside the fort. Okay, there's nothing here. I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah, that was kind of trivial.
Okay, so we've got that. There's a battle on top of the cap. Let's see, did Vanarus comes out a swinging?
And then Ulm left nothing.
Well, there was only the tiniest raiding squad, but...
Yeah, but talk about a bait and switch.
Yeah.
You throw a raid squad on top, and then they all move away, and you leave what? A scout?
Yeah.
I mean, is that?
I always want. Yeah, it wasn't even a scout. It was some troop. So, Ulm gets a full scout on what we could go through here and try to deduce what Vanarus is doing, but I think we'll just leave that to surprise when we see it in combat. But Ulm can go through here, look at all the mages, look at how many gems are on them. See what spells they cast off script to take a guess at what research they have.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Probing to test somebody's script is a vet move.
Yeah.
A veteran move.
Yeah.
I recommend you always do that. You've got some 25 gold or 40 gold independent commander. Make that probe.
Right.
Check out his scripts. See what he's doing. It's to your advantage.
The one thing I really want to know here, Maryland, is are there effigies of war? Are there really 400 guys in this cap? Because this scout report is only 180.
I don't see any.
Because I don't understand at all what Vanarus is doing.
Well, we had the comment last turn that Vanarus has played passively most of this game.
But and he's already lost the war before he's lost any big. Well, he's lost one battle, right? But now he's given up the whole war. He's lost all of his forts. What point is there? If you could win a fight now, why does it doesn't even matter really? You've already lost the game.
Yeah, he's out. Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important to comment on, Ulm. If I was Ulm, I wouldn't want to be too cocky because he's in the middle of 2 wars. He's still got the Bandar Log war. He's still got the Vanarus war.
3 wars.
Well, and then he joined the coalition.
Yeah.
So I would not be being very aggressive with my Diplo with Vanheim. Take what you can get.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought us back here to take a look at Ulm. But so now it's interesting. I think the move from Ulm now is he moves his Doomstack down here to have the man fight with Vanarus, but he's got to kill the Vanarus Mage Core. That's going to be scary as hell. I think he needs his god.
Well, and in terms of the Bandar fight, he needs a couple of counter thugs, and then that's over.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a big army there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing much to fight. A couple of counter thugs, and that would be done.
Yeah.
Trying to use armies to kill that? No. Probably the wrong move.
Yeah, unless you had just a complete critical mass of crossbows. Which...
Yeah. And where the heck is his god? Remember, we watched his god about 20 turns ago. Jumping around, cloud trapezing. Where did it go?
I don't think it's died. I don't know. I don't have any idea where it is. Oh, here it is. It's in this throne.
Okay.
So maybe it site searched or claimed it, or I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So we've covered this conflict now. Let's go to finish the Pan Wars, which will bring us to end.
Okay.
Epic throw by Pangaea. I really don't understand this player. Ran headlong into a flank, but insists on fighting me while he's fighting a 4v1. So this means he tried to peace out with Pangaea and was refused.
I think so. I think that's
Which we were talking about. That's what I would want to do. I would want a piece
Well,
of.
totally.
Yeah.
If I was in, I'd be like, take what you took. Good enough.
Apparently, he believes he can make more money fighting me. Doesn't seem to be going that well for him. Smiley face. Very nice. Well-placed smiley face. Got half of his army, and the remaining is suppressed, while he gets eaten by Van, Ulm, Pelagia. Think I can stabilize from this point and put Agartha back in his box.
Okay, well, I hope you can.
Should be doable, as the player seems bent on burning up his own mages. Okay, that's the Magma Children little touche there. Maybe I can then get some research. Heading for Conjuration 5 for size 6 fire elementals to kill Agartha. Okay.
Well, we have seen Agartha fail to comprehend that Magi standing beside Magma Children is not a good thing.
Yeah.
And he has done that over and over and over again.
Yeah. Also, a bit of salt. Having played this game with a minus 250 gold handicap due to bad map design disallowing my expansion south. In contrast...
Bull pucky.
Yeah, it was a small handicap, but I don't think I would say it's a minus 250 gold handicap.
No.
In contrast, Uruk has been playing easy mode, still got completely stomped by Pangaea, exposing my flank in the process. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have attacked... I mean, this was... Where's End? This is a border you can attack through. You have to go through the throne. Or you take water walking. Or you wait for winter. But... I guess winter probably wouldn't work, but...
I would like to back up. Complaining about the map is a bit of a new player kind of...
Well, let's not go there. But... So here's Uruk's cap. Here's their cap, right? So this is the line of provinces between them. Well, I don't know. I guess it's fair because he can't get access. He doesn't have access to either of these two, but they have equal access to this one in the middle. So I guess you could say this province is probably worth like 80. If they're both worth 80 gold, it's like 160 gold. That was kind of... Well, no, I guess including this one too. That does kind of suck. It is not. It is definitely a layout that's favored to this player, but I mean, whatever. So let's take a look at some of these battles. So End attacking Pangaea here. Pangaea leaving nothing but a few Menaids. And there's almost nothing happening.
No, not much.
So this is interesting. Pangaea attacks here with some centaurs and wins. Wooden warriors, and then some crossbows behind. And these centaurs just tear up these cannibal dudes.
That's just PD though, right? Or
no,
a little bit of...
those were troops. 20 troops.
Oh, okay.
But then Agartha raids. And we basically got Agartha probably doing Legions of Steel, Strength of Giants. Okay, and that is a big fucking miss for Wooden Warriors. Oh my god. He cast Wooden Warriors twice. It's 2 Centaur. He literally would have been better casting Protection twice. Oh, an Earth Elemental. Okay. So Agartha reminding Pangaea that this is actually his land that they're fighting over.
That's kind of funny.
And then moving out with the big stack over this way. Oh man.
Son of a gun.
Poor End. I mean, End trying to successfully finish a war. Agartha is completely back out of the box though. Maybe End can send their god because it did build a lab here, you can see, which you're saying it would need to do. But this Agarthan army is back on the menu. So
Oh my gosh. What a mess.
Raids here. This is looks like a very sweaty little script here. So Fire Elemental is what this is. This guy's to soak arrow fire.
Oh, look at that. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. There we go. Up here, a Revenant with Soulless. Wait, where do you get these from? Wait. Is there another way to get a Revenant other than the spell that does... I forget what it's called.
Yeah, but you don't get that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to that commander. No. Oh,
the D1. The D1. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, that's the one. Well, I guess...
But you don't get these Soulless. I don't know where the Soulless came from.
You get them from that reanimation spell, I think it is. Has to be corpses.
Was it... So you get the Revenant from...
Enchantment.
I thought it was enchantment.
Enchantment 3 should be.
Oh, we don't have access to it. There's some spells that are disabled for us because we're on missions. This happened to us earlier, but okay. Well, anyway, we don't get to know. But clearly that didn't do anything. I mean, things are just going so fucking sideways for Pangaea right now, and for End.
Yeah, and for End. I mean, strategically, Agartha made a big play this turn. This is a big play for Agartha. Go look at the province graph. Agartha just jumped from 2 to 10.
Yeah, I mean he's Oh wait, that's army-sized provinces. Yeah. He's jumped back up. And that's the thing. I mean, you can get your stuff back pretty fast if you still have a big army. And Agartha's big army hasn't died yet. So.
Well, and those raids are cheap. Click on the down to the just slightly southwest of Agartha's cap. The first province to its southwest. How big was that raid? That one there.
That's one guy. Yeah.
A single golem crafter.
Yeah.
Holy crap. He didn't even bring... See, I would have brought, 10 magma kits.
Yeah.
But he's doing those with single golem crafters, and they're cheap.
Yeah, well, there's only one PD, and End is being a cheapo, not leaving any PD, which is why he's probably getting away with that. But
ouch. Now, I can see End is putting an army together to try to go siege on Agartha's cap. But, wow, he just lost a pile of provinces.
Yeah, I think okay, so let's take a look at this, because on one hand, it makes sense for Pangaea to peace out. On the other hand, he doesn't have much to gain from peace with End, in the sense that, is End going to come over here and take this throne from him? I don't know. It doesn't seem like that in the short run. Is End going to come here and keep him from vulturing a bunch of the Agartha stuff? Maybe. I mean, he does have this squad. It might make sense for them if Pangaea can get a good settlement on the Agarthan lands, which I think is what you were saying last episode. It would make sense for them to peace out from the Pangaean perspective, maybe.
If he got 4 or 5 provinces.
Yeah, like these 4. Yes.
Yeah. But now, when he looks at this turn, he goes, oh, Agartha just came bursting out in 8 directions, and End is now struggling to just hold what he's got. I wouldn't peace out now. I would have peaced out last turn.
Yeah. I think there's a few things, too. If you have committed yourself, let's say Pangaea commits himself to the destruction of End, which is sort of what this move is saying. He's like, I don't respect you. You can't, I'm going to gain money off of raiding you. Whereas for players I respect, in no way, shape, or form do I think raiding them is going to be a net profit for me unless I can kill them ultimately. Because I'm going to lose more in raiding squads that get countered than the lands will provide. Anyway, but if he says, yeah, I think I can raid you and make money, and, eventually we're going to eat you, I would take that as kind of an existential threat as End, and I would be willing to use my god on top of some Pangaean army somewhere fighting somebody else. let's just fuck with Pangaea then until they make peace with me.
Right.
The other thing is you're losing the possibility of having Ind as an ally. Like, Ind is one of the allies potentially against Vanheim. So, maybe he could work that into a deal. Like, hey, I see you. I want to get you strong so you can help me fight Vanheim.
If I was in,
go ahead.
If I was in, I'd be talking like crazy. And I'd be talking to everybody around me going, where's my best deal?
Right. And, the coalition is getting started. It's barely been in existence. Vanheim is up like 25% in terms of provinces over Pangaea. Up about the same amount in income. Man, Ulm's actually doing pretty solid in income. Holy shit. And then, forts significantly above. Vanheim is number 1 by a lot of measures and is involved in a 4v1 against position 2. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If I was in, I'd be looking for, Ind is all on his own trying to kill Agartha. There's no help there.
Yeah.
And it's not working. I mean, he punched Agartha through the nose earlier.
Yeah. But Pan has really messed that up for him, which...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a huge thing about be careful with who you fuck with, because not only, could it be painful and expensive for you, but you're potentially losing an ally. And I think the ally dimension, if End got to eat Agartha and somehow Pan could have forged an alliance with End, that would potentially be very helpful against Vanheim. So...
Absolutely.
But instead, he's not... End isn't even useful as an ally against Vanheim because, he's beat to hell and it's going to take forever to finish Agartha. So, I don't know. Vanarus. Oh my god. Wait, I didn't even think to look because we haven't gotten messages from Vanarus like in forever.
Okay, hang on. I got to do a bio break. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll keep going. Greetings. I see that Pan has attacked Ulm. Hopefully they will now take their greedy armies back to defend them. If they have time. I've made a peace proposal to Ulm through Gritted Teeth so they can concentrate on the invasion, which may well determine the fate of the game. So far, I have no response. Okay. This turn, I received word that Satis wishes to cancel our non-aggression pact. If Ulm withdraws with no peace, then I will raid with thugs to recapture some of my lands and concentrate my main force on Satis. Okay. So, keep the face, God bless Vanarus. So this is interesting. He sent a peace proposal to Ulm. Where are we? Ulm, Vanarus is south of them, right? Yeah. And Satis is going to attack.
Vanarus sent a peace proposal to Ulm.
Yeah. Which, I think that, so this is an interesting thing because I think is Ulm. Well, where's Ulm's next war going to be, really? I mean, he's not going to get a major gain out of Pangaea. This army might as well stay down here. He needs to bring this army back up to finish Bandar Log. I mean, I think but the other thing is, if you're fighting Ulm, like, do you really want to kill this mage core? I kind of would rather not. So I actually probably would take Vanarus's offer as Ulm if I didn't have to give up any forts. Like, if I could keep this whole line and this fort, and Vanarus was going to be okay with that.
What's his offer?
He didn't say. He just asked for peace, which I'm guessing would be the return of his cap circle, is my guess. But, if Satis is going to attack Vanarus through here, I'd probably let Satis do that while I worry about other stuff as Ulm, like finishing back off Bandar. But
Ulm is one of the more overcommitted nations.
Yeah.
you know, he's committed to 3 wars.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And he's a little scattered.
Right. Okay, so that's a message from Vanarus. Message from... Let's do the Ashdod-Zabalba conflict next. How about that?
Okay, good.
Message from Ashdod. I've mostly pushed back the Zabalban offensive. Time to just clean up the stragglers. Zib did script a nice string of horror marks on my god with what I assume was a teleported Iron Wizard. Wizard of the Iron Order.
We saw that.
Yep. A nice FU move. Got to take your wins where you can get them. I'll not be pushing my god deeper in low Dominion, but I'll likely use him if Xibalba forces one of these labs I seem to have everywhere. Luck 3 really sprinkled them everywhere around my cap. Kind of insane how many, really. On the strategic front, a coalition against Pan is in full swing. He was the clear leader, followed by Van. So while my foray into Jotunheim hasn't been super successful, it has had the unintended consequence of freeing Vanheim to participate in that. Not averse to a little showdown of the game leaders. Slowdown. Showdown makes more sense there, but I'm also not bordered on 3 sides by the 1 and 2 position due to the Jotun front. Just an annoyed giant nation, yay small wins. So yeah, he doesn't have huge exposure to Panheim or to Pangaea or Vanheim, which I guess is kind of nice. Though his fate is more in the hands of others. So
yeah.
I don't expect to rapidly eat Xibalba despite these gains, due to my really crappy luck on add-ons. I've gotten a few of the Fire 2s and 0 of the S2s. The Illusionist will help in time, so he's basically lamenting the fact he can't do any magic phase attacks.
Okay.
But are also slow to recruit. Meanwhile, he's pumping out Kamazots rapidly, twice borning them, so when they die, they come back with cult resistance and lose their cold-blooded tag. I expect his rating and counter rating to be on point with my limited magic phase. Really, I need to focus on infrastructure and probably destroying these labs and those caves where he's making Zots. Ashdod troops aren't particularly cost-effective outside the Sacred Giants, so getting a solid blood economy up and Seer is on the list.
Okay. Very solid. That's good Ashdod stuff.
In addendum, noting the Fiends of Darkness and Zabalba's cap to up the ante on mage strikes and rating. If they get buffed, that will hurt. I should expect Bloodlust and Darkness plays incoming. Oh, and those undead Kamazots are now upkeep free flying commanders for them. True. And we don't have a message from Xibalba, so let's go check this out. So this is interesting. Xibalba gets attacked by enemies here.
Random attack and...
and this army was scripted to retreat. I think they were worried about the god may have attacked them.
Oh, good grief.
This is in case the god came in.
Oh, no. Okay. So he lost to a bunch of shit.
Yeah. And then... this guy's just doing skelly spam.
So it worked. Yeah. Okay. Good enough.
And then... have a battle here. Man, Xibalba's kind of just being like a little limp biscuit.
Yeah, he's a little on the passive side. Has he formed a solid army somewhere?
No, I don't see any. I mean, he's got some things up here.
Yeah, everything seems to be small raiding parties.
But, you know, this kind of goes to the thing. And this was how he started the war with Pythium, too. He just poked him. Poke.
Poke.
But it's like, okay, Ashdod's like, you've poked me, and now I'm going to run at you. And it's like, where are the reserves? We don't see them yet.
Holy crap. I don't think Xibalba is gaining what he wants to gain from this war.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going well for him.
We've got the super budget construction 2 thug with the nature mage in support. That's probably going to do enlarge and protection.
Sure.
Okay. Ooh, but some
And a
imps
bunch
come
of-
down. Oh, more summon imps.
Oh, the imps are against him.
Yeah.
And that guys, dead thug. That's a dead thug.
That's a very dead thug.
Yeah.
Or, as the more optimistic among us choose to look at it, a gear donation
Mm-hmm.
to the Giants of Ashdod.
Oh, that did not go well.
We
That did
watch.
not go well.
Okay, another move from the god.
The glyph lands on another army. Oh, but a tiny little tidbit.
Yeah.
I have to say that he has set up Third Son to be unbelievably hard to kill.
Oh, this guy? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's really hard to kill now. I mean, you
Yeah.
were saying that's a wonderful hero, and that's a really good hero. And he's using him in a manner that would not be how I would choose, but
Yeah.
it's working.
I think
It's
it would
working.
be nice for him to put a Ritual of Returning on him. It still lets him do the point buffing. This guy is so valuable, you did not want to lose him. He's a Wishcaster, you don't want to give that up.
No.
But kills everything here. I don't know how the Camazite got in range, but it's dead.
Thing is, though, he's
Oh,
in
and then
a
more guys move in too. So
just a sort of surplus.
gifted. He's buffing this guy up as like a god killer. This guy's gonna get disrespected. I mean, he's got 20 protection and 5 fire resistance, and he's probably got quickness. Wait, he doesn't have quickness? What the fuck? Where's quickness? How do you have a water anti-super combatant thug and not put quickness on him?
I don't know.
Did he do liquid body? He's got liquid body or temper flesh. I mean, maybe with quickness, there's a tiny chance something good happens here, but
Yeah, but he's gonna die to mind burn.
maybe he's regening through that. Oh, Incinerate's coming out though. This is okay. There we go. Yeah, 25 mind burn.
Yeah, poop, mind burn.
But I mean, he gets in. He's still gonna get tore up by the shield. These both.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it could have worked, but he needed quickness. Is what he needed, and then it would have been interesting because he would have chewed through those things faster. But I don't think it would have worked still.
What do you think the summary? Right now, I'm betting on Ashdod.
Oh,
I
man.
don't think Zib is doing this right.
No, he's not.
I mean, yeah, it's great to have twice borns, but if you suicide them, at least kill something on the way.
I mean, he's I mean, okay. So let's look at it. Zabalba's a little bit up in provinces, but the provinces he's up in, he's not collecting any income from because he doesn't have traceability to a fort. He's actually down in income because he doesn't have this, and this got raided from him. He's got an army on top of Uruk. It'll be interesting to see if he finally kills the last Uruk fort, and that might free him up to move some things farther south, but I don't know what he's going to do. Zabalba has good mages, right? So it could be there's that one fight where all the bats can fly. So he has great ability to concentrate force with mages. So it could be he gets that one fight, drops all the right spells in all the right ways. And we saw he did some fancy scripting in fights versus Uruk where he kind of wiped them out. He could kind of, and maybe this is the thought with the poking, is lure Ashdod into overcommitting, moving a bunch of Anakites into a province, and then wiping them out with mages or something like that. But
Maybe, maybe, but I'm not seeing indications of anything that subtle.
Yeah, I so far nothing seems to be working right, and we don't see any force that is in any way close an existential threat to Ashdod.
No.
But we'll have to see. I mean, the thing, how many Camazotz? We know he's been using a lot of the Camazotz. You know, he's got a mountain here. Where are the caves?
And he twice spawned a pile of them, but to the best of my knowledge, when they twice spawn, they no longer fly.
Well, we'll get to see real soon, but I think they do. But we'll see.
Oh, you think they do? Okay,
I think they do.
That's pretty significant. If you've got white magi that, white mages that fly, that's kind of wow, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for this front. I mean, so far, almost every single kind of thrust from Zabalba has been parried by Ashdod. And almost none of the thrusts from Ashdod have been parried by Zabalba. So
yeah, I think that's a good summation. Zib is raiding, but Ashdod is going to stomp him.
Yeah. So let's move next to okay. So we've done Vanarus. Let's do the Jotunheim Pangaean conflict and Satis. We'll do Satis first, actually. Well, I don't think there's much to talk about for Satis. So he just said next moves are going to be against Vanarus, which Alm has already completely cut him off from. That's just a funny little side note. I mean, he can probably, Alm has already completely cut him off. There's literally he's not even a neighbor of Vanarus.
Jesus wept.
Yeah.
Go kill Pelagia. I
don't know.
Pick a fight you could win.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so speaking of Pelagia, let's come down and see what happened with... We'll read the message from Jotunheim. I have discovered in the qualifiers that Galderman, 4-path with 3 gems set on cast spells, not retreat, would basically gem bait any army. Alone versus 30 mages and 300 troops. Worked on all my tests. Now, Arco, the fish, seemed to have found that returning is not seen as retreating. So they will, for very low cost of 5 pearls, teleport plus returning, where he can gem bait any of my ritual speed 100% of the time, with only a 7% chance of losing his mage in the S-hat every turn. Sweet. I'd have an imp summoner every turn to avoid that, but summon imps is too slow to kill the mage before he casts returning. So that's interesting. I know there was some of this I didn't know until the most recent Illwinter patch, which is after this in the game. So this game, when he's sending this message, what I'm talking about will not have applied. But
yeah, this game is before the new patch,
right?
Which changes the gem bait calculation.
But the gem bait calculation now looks at when you cast any of the returning type spells. So if you cast it turn 1, it will now potentially not trigger gem use when otherwise it would have.
Right.
So, there's some ways to deal with this potentially, like have flyers in your army, or like a bag of wind is an expensive way, but but yeah, it's annoying to get gem baited all the time. Let's see what happens.
But he's taken back almost everything.
Yeah. He has, and it looks like Pelagia hasn't made any moves, so there's not much really happening here. But Pelagia...
Well, except, as you noted earlier, Pelagia made a small move against over on the far
right, for Pan.
Far right. A little bit against Pan.
Right, but I have a feeling, because it may be that Pelagia is just trying to bait Jotunheim into attacking them and overextending, because I think they would love for Jotunheim to attack on top of this fort, is what I'm guessing. Like, please attack me here is probably what he's saying. He's probably going to gym bait him this turn and say, please attack me, but we'll see.
Sure. Makes sense.
But it'd be, I don't know, it'd be interesting to know if I were Jotunheim, I would be okay with this border. I would say, okay, you've given me most of the beachhead back. Do you want peace?
Yeah,
I'm fine with you taking that.
About that. I think we said much the same thing for 3 to 5 turns, and then Jotun can go eat Satis.
Yeah. Oh God, and then that 3-way would start back up again. Don't say it, Maryland. I curse you.
That whole zone, like I'm trying to circle it. I know I'm watching you, but toss on a circle right there. This whole zone. I mean, good God.
Yeah, it's the Afghanistan of dominions.
Yeah, it is. It is of this tournament.
Yeah.
Too funny. Especially that throne right there. I mean, everybody's been fighting over that throne.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to lock that down. It's time. We're in late enough game. It's time for a wizard tower or a 3 red seconds right on that throne.
Well, we're not quite there yet, Maryland. Let's turn 41. That's not quite Wizard Tower territory yet. It could be.
Maybe not.
But not quite.
Maybe not.
Maybe in 10 turns.
Alm could do it.
Yeah. But okay, there's not much to talk about here. I mean, I think gosh darn it, we didn't really get our wish, Maryland. We didn't really get the high commitment fireworks flying fight yet.
No, it wasn't amazing. It was good, but
yeah, I mean, the province graph is all jittery still, so there's a lot of excitement happening every turn.
What do you think is the summary?
I think the summary is Vanheim is playing this game like a fiddle. He's in position 1 and is in a 4v1 against position 2. I mean, literally, what more can you ask for? And all of his neighbors are involved in other wars that aren't him.
Yeah.
That are not going to be resolving anytime soon. I don't think you can ask for any better position in this game. So.
I agree.
All right, well, I think we've covered it. So thank you for joining me, Maryland.
All right. Good to go.
And thank you all for watching.
All right, guys. Take care.
See ya.